I am so excited. It is always a treat. It is always a pleasure to talk to the legend that is BJ Penn, and he joins us right now on the phone. There's a twist, but he is on the phone. BJ, are you there?
What's going on, Ariel?
Oh,
What's
aloha.
What's going on, man?
Aloha, brother. How are you?
BJPenn.com is here.
BJPenn.com
is...
That is right. You want me to refer
How you doing,
to...
sir? How you doing?
Would you like for me to refer...
You don't...
Okay.
BJPenn.com?
BJPenn...
You could...
well, look...
I'm just playing, Ariel. You know you're my favorite guy.
BJ, you can watch us live. I'm assuming you're not near a computer, but right now on the screen, it says BJPenn.com right next to your name. So people are staring at that, and I urge them to go to your great website. How about that?
Hey, you the man.
Easy, BJ, easy.
You the man.
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. This kind of came out of nowhere. Last week, around this time, a picture is sent out of you and Greg Jackson in Albuquerque, and I start talking to Greg. He says he's excited. You had a meeting, but I want to hear it from you. What led you to go to Albuquerque from Hawaii?
How did that song go? That song, it goes, I cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. I didn't like how my last this and that, but pretty kind of many a times, great and in opposite corners over the years many times, and we ended up having a conversation and talking, and it kind of made sense for me to come out here. I've been on two big team. On was a while back at American Kickboxing Academy. Back in.
Hey BJ, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the phone is cutting out a lot.
Go stand outside.
Okay.
Go stand outside. I'm sorry.
Because I'm hanging on every word here, and I want to hear what you have to say. But
yes, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. What about now?
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Just of course I always dream of being the champion. I mean, once you're the champion, I don't think you ever can get a thought like that out of your head. But me and Greg had a talk, and I could tell his excitement that he really wanted to work with me, and I showed up over here, and he seems like he's happy with what he sees, and I make sure to tell Greg. I let him know the other day that if I can't do this, Greg, in any way, shape, or form, you feel that BJ doesn't belong in the ring, please let me know. Please let me know. And he's very confident that we can get something done. And when somebody like that, who has so many champions himself and has done this many done as well as he has in this sport, when he tells me that I know you can go out and I know you can beat all these guys, it gives me a lot of confidence, and just surrounded with a lot of great people in the gym, and just a real exciting time for me right now, Ariel.
So you're there right now, right? You're in Albuquerque right now?
Yes, I'm here right now. Yes, I am.
How long had you been thinking? Like, when did the itch start to come back that you said, all right, I'm going to pick up the phone? Because I know it's a big deal for you to leave your family. I saw you posted something on Instagram saying you were missing your beautiful girls on a Sunday. How long had you been thinking about it, and how difficult was it for you to actually leave Hawaii and come to Albuquerque?
You know what? I've been kind of thinking about it for a while, but this is my last resort, and I'm gonna give it everything I got, and I don't even, I'm like speechless up here, just watching it all unfold myself, and Greg's bringing me in, and he's really teaching me, and he's showing me a lot of things, and it's just I'm just starting to feel real good about everything.
So a week in, you're actually feeling comfortable. You're going through with this. You're coming back. The retirement is over.
Yep, I'm going through with this. You know what? If I didn't have somebody like Greg Jackson to come out and talk to me and tell me that I can do this, I mean, of course, really, you're always going to believe that you're the best. You're always going to believe that you can be the champ. But I mean, once in a while, you do have to step back and get someone else's outside opinion, and somebody like Greg, he tells me something like that. I look at him, and who cares what everybody else is saying around the world? Have they done what Greg Jackson has done? Do they even know the game at all, or whatever, and this and that? So it's just this is gonna be fun, Ariel. It's gonna be fun.
What's your motivation? Is it to prove that you're once again the best in the world? Is it something else going on? I mean, why? You've done it all. You've won it all. In fact, how about this, BJ? I don't know if you know this, but 8 years ago today, January 19th, 2008, you became the second man in the history of the UFC to win a title in 2 different weight classes. You defeated Joe Stevenson at UFC 80. How about that?
That was today.
That was today.
That was today.
In Newcastle,
Amazing.
I remember licking the bloods. That was amazing. Everyone wants to see that BJ back, but why do it? Why come back at this? What's the motivation?
That's who I am, Ariel. That's who I am. That's what I do, and the motivation definitely. I wanna go get that 145-pound belt. That's definitely a huge motivation for me. I believe, with Greg Jackson's help, I can get that done, and I believe that I will be able to walk away the only man with 3 titles in 3 weight divisions.
So you want to stick around at 145? You like that? Really? Why?
Yes, I've never took an IV because of just what I said. That we'll be the only guy with 3 belts, and then me and Greg were talking about it, and then we can tell everybody, okay, good luck, guys. Good luck. Do that, guys. Good luck.
How much do you walk around at now?
Right now, I'm 158 pounds.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
I'm 158 pounds, yes.
Okay, so that's one part of the story. So you're back, you go to Albuquerque, you meet with Greg, you're feeling great. And then the other part of the story is maybe 24 hours later, you post on your Instagram, at BJ Penn on Instagram. Again, bjpenn.com. Tremendous site. You should go check it out. You put out the challenge, March 5th. You want to fight Nik Lentz. You've had this simmering feud with Nik Lentz. And I don't know if a lot of people really understand where the beef comes from with Nik Lentz. Can you explain that to us?
You know what? It all started with the whole Dolce thing. I mean, Nik was I don't know, he's kind of a quiet guy. When he came down to Hawaii, he seemed like a real kind of a punk. I don't know how to explain him, but besides that, Nik was just the first guy who came up in my head when I was talking about Dolce, and then he's the only guy that I knew Dolce. That anybody knows that Dolce trained around in that weight, but I ended up speaking. I guess it got Nik Lentz fired up, so he went and took a picture on Instagram and showed a shaka, and everybody in Hawaii is like, hey, make sure he never shows that shaka again. That was terrible. And then he thing that said, I'll fight BJ anytime, but I think he forgot what the word anytime means. He says he's some kind of vocabulary genius or something, but I think he forgot what the word anytime means. And then he was saying, bring Penn back. So truth be told, Ariel, I could care less if he writes 50 poems. I don't care what he thinks. He is kind of making me think he's smarter than I thought, though, because he's not getting in the ring. Because I could care less what he says. Sticks and stones, The lion doesn't care what the sheep says. But it's just, it's really, I wanted to use him as a punching bag to get some ring rust out. I've been gone for 2 years. I wanted to, use him as a punching bag, but I kind of think he's smarter than I thought, because he's smart enough not to get in the ring. So I don't think he's going to get in the ring. I'll tell him right now, Nik, I'll fight you at 155 pounds since you keep crying about the weight. Let's do it. But Nik better believe, if I fight someone else, don't ever think I'm going to fight him again. Don't ever think he'll ever get this opportunity. He sits around. He tells people how hard his life was. He's so jealous of me. He's jealous of my accomplishments. He's jealous of my life. I think he came down to Hawaii. He was like, man, all these Hawaiians, they live so happy and this and that. This can't be like this. This can't be like this. He's just a real jealous person of me, though. I mean, it's obvious when you just hear him talk. But besides all that, I just trying to goad him to get into the ring. I mean, who cares, Who cares what he says? Let's just fight. And I tell him, I always direct message him and let him know No one gives a crap about all this stuff you're talking about. They just want to see somebody get their ass kicked, you know? And it's just, it's funny. It really is funny. But he's gonna lose out on the biggest opportunities he's ever had, because I'll forget who he is as soon as I get my next opponent. I'll forget who he is. I'll forget he's even alive, and we know he's never gonna run into me later. So, Nick, you want to sit here and tell everybody how hard your life is and how bad it is and how spoiled I am and this and that? Well, here you go. You got a chance to hurt a spoiled kid since you're jealous of every spoiled kid, and you got the biggest opportunity in your life, Nick. But is he going to do it? No, he's scared. He's either too scared or too smart, whatever you want to call it, you know. But there it is. That's what's going on. I could care less. I'm not fighting the man who says the words. I'm fighting the man and his skills, and we'll walk through them. Easy fight. So
have you read his
155 pounds?
You've read his last letter to you, right?
No.
You did not read it.
No, I did not read his last letter to me.
I'm assuming you have no interest in reading it.
Well, I mean, the lion doesn't care what the sheep says. The lion doesn't care what the sheep thinks. The lion just wants to eat him, you know? I don't care. I don't speak ba, whatever the sheep speak, you know? I just want to eat the sheep. But that's just, yeah, and it's crazy. Is he not crazy, Ariel, for not taking this opportunity? Or do you think he's smart for not going in there and getting his ass kicked? What is it?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Like you're going to sit there, you're going to say, bring Penn back. I'll fight him anytime. And then you finally get the fight, and then you don't want it. And so don't sit around and tell everybody how hard your life is when you pass up every opportunity that comes by. You know, it's funny. But with all that said, I ain't mad at Nik Lentz. I just want to use him to beat him up, you know. Good for Nick. I'm glad he knows how to let people write poems for him or whatever he does, you know. Good for him and his whole deal. But he ain't going to get this opportunity again. He should jump on it.
You don't believe he's writing that stuff?
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Is he as stupid as he looks? I don't know. I mean, he looks pretty stupid, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know too much about the guy. He's a real quiet guy. You know, I kind of thought he was a punk, so I left him a bloody mess in the gym. He ran out of the gym screaming, Dochi, please stop this. He jumps on the next airplane home because he doesn't want that to happen again. He's a bloody mess. And you know what really broke him? It wasn't that I bloodied him up and smashed his whole face. It was that I passed his guard and mounted him, and he prides himself so much in his ground game, but he's a white belt. Felt like I was grappling with a white belt. But anyway, he wants to go and say all these things, so I'm giving him the opportunity first. So we'll see what happens, you know. But yeah, I made sure to do that to him when he came to Hawaii because he just seemed like a punk. Seemed like he was high. What do they call that? They call that a high maka-faka in Hawaii. He's a high maka-faka, and he fucking, I felt he thought he was better than everybody, so I left him a bloody mess, and he ran out of the gym screaming, "Stop this, Dochi." That's the last I seen of Nik Lentz. Now he's a poet. He wants to be the fighting poet. That's a pretty weak thing to be, but I'd rather be the champ than the fighting poet.
Now, here's the big question that everyone's wondering. Have you told Dana White and the UFC that you are back, that you want to fight at 145, that you want him? And if so, are they on board with this idea?
Yes, me and Dana have talked a few times about me coming back. But I think like everyone else, you know, Dana wants to make sure if this guy's coming back, there's no sense for BJ to come back and get beat up. So, you know, I tried to make the right moves, period, by coming out to Jackson's and, you know, I mean, people are going to know if you're taking this serious or not. If I was sitting in Hilo, you know, challenging Nik Lentz, I mean, that fight is such an easy, insignificant fight. Nobody cares where I would train for that fight. But when we go to start moving into some tougher opponents, you know, people are going to want to know that I'm properly prepared. And that's why I'm up here at Greg's, preparing properly.
And so do you feel like March 5th is enough time to be at your best? Why do you want to come back so soon?
You know what? Because what everybody's seeing is just me saying that. I've been preparing for this for months.
Okay.
I've been preparing for this for months. And then one day Nick gets a direct message, and I let him know, hey, let's do this, man. Come on. This is weeks before I put the challenge out. Send him a direct message, and I don't know what's running through the guy's mind. Just don't go around and tell everybody how hard your life is when you're the one who passes the opportunities by. That's all I got to say to that guy. You know, I could care less. Whatever he says about me, it only makes him look stupid. But besides that, you know, we're just waiting. We're just waiting now, Ariel. We're waiting. Me and Greg are talking, and we're seeing what the next step is.
Okay, so how long is this offer going to be on the table for? I mean, if he wants to play games and go back and forth with letters, are you going to move on at some point?
I'm going to move on after today. Nick, you got your chance. Call in right now. 155. Yep. Call in. You got some guts. I mean, I don't know where I'm from. If you say something, you have to back it up. I can't, it doesn't even in my brain how he does not want to walk the walk. It doesn't fathom in anybody in Hawaii's brain, I don't think. Everybody looks at that and they're just like, does that even make sense? You'll fight him anytime, but you won't fight him now? It's just the strangest thing, Ariel. The strangest thing.
Well, BJ, my producer, New York Rick in the back, is in fact trying to call Nick to see what he has to say about this, but thus far we have been unsuccessful in reaching him.
But the best thing for Nick, he'll look stupid unless he calls and say, okay, BJ, I'll fight you on March 5th. If he doesn't say those words, he'll look like a moron. You know? He'll look silly. That's what it is.
If he doesn't accept this, do you want to fight on March 5th regardless?
We'll have to move on.
But is March...
And I'm going to go talk to Greg Jackson. And I'm going to say, what's the next move? You know what? People have always wondered, you know, how does BJ operate? How does this work? Well, I'm telling you how it's operating right now. Greg Jackson's running the show. We're listening to him. And you know what's funny is everything I tell Greg, he says yes. But we all know Greg ain't a yes man. But you know, it's just, hey man, life's life. Greg's smart. Greg wants to keep me happy. Greg knows if I'm happy. You know, these guys don't stand a chance. And man, come on, Nick, call in, man. Walk the walk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Step up. Grab that opportunity. Grab the bull by the horns. Take a chance in life. Do something. Let's do this. Let me pump you up. I got to pep talk him. Maybe I should start changing my angle. Let me pump him up, you know?
You're pumping me up. You're pumping everyone else up.
Well, it's just, have you ever seen anyone, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone say, I'll fight you anytime, and then they make the hashtag, bring Penn back, and this and that. But Nick also has to know, too, I don't care about that. I just want to use you as a punching bag, buddy.
That is the truth.
Care.
So just to be clear, if he doesn't accept, you want to fight March 5th regardless? That's the plan? You want to be on that card?
That's what we were shooting for, and you know, I don't see why we should change. I'll go down and sit and talk with Greg Jackson to make sure how everybody says, you know, BJ was listening to his yes man. No, BJ was listening to Greg, and we're gonna see where we're gonna move on from this point. But after today, it's Nick who. Hey, what about who? Nick who? Who are you talking about? I mean, it is still Nick who. No one knows who Nick is. You know what I mean? It's Nick who. That's his name. Everybody from Hawaii, that's what they're telling me. Who is it? Nick who? Nobody knows that guy, you know? So it's just amazing, man. When you get the dice, just roll it. Just roll it. That's what I've done my whole life. That's what I've done my whole career, you know? That's why people remember me. If I care, all these people are talking about this and that. If I cared about legacy, I would have never fought all these guys. I would have never took these fights. I think they're confusing me with someone who actually cares. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to scrap. I just fight. I could care less about any of that. Doesn't mean nothing. I'm not going to retire early to try to go out on top. That's not me. I'm going to go down in front of everybody. And people are going to talk, and people are going to say, thank you for showing up. You know, so
But you have pride, though,
That's
right? I
it.
mean, the BJ that we saw against Frankie, that wasn't the BJ that everyone loved. So you don't want to be a shell of your former self, too, right? That's why you're going to Jackson's,
Well,
I'm assuming.
well, yeah, exactly. I don't want to be a shell of my former self. And I told Jackson, I said, if I can't do this,
Right.
you let me know. You come straight to me, Greg. You see me sparring one day, you look at me and you say, this guy just don't got it anymore. Pull the plug right now. I got a wonderful life back in Hawaii. I love my life, but I love fighting more.
And what is it like for you? Because it's been so much fun to see John Jones, Holly Holm, Donald Cerrone, Alistair Overeem. They're all tweeting about you. It's like these superstars right now in their prime are wide-eyed in front of the legend BJ Penn. What's that been like for you to be around these people who are
Man.
champions and whatnot?
You know what, Ariel? That's it. You hit the nail on the head, man. To be around someone like John Jones, Holly Holm, Cowboy, #1 contender right there, Greg Jackson, Mike Winkeldown. All these people are looking at me like I can do it. You know, what do you think? How do you think that makes me feel?
Yeah.
How do you think that makes me feel? You know, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. People from Hawaii, they would see me right now walking around up here. That's a different man. That's a different man than how I live my life down there. You know, I'm pumped. I'm glad I'm a part of a big team. You know, usually I have 1 or 2 people around me, and then I got to do the rest. I got nothing on my plate. All I got to do is go and show up and learn, and go finish this off.
Are you
finish my career off?
Are you staying in Albuquerque?
I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
Are you staying in Albuquerque until the fight?
Yes, of course.
And
of course.
And I saw you have
I can't go home.
You can't.
Go ahead.
No, I don't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
No. I can't go home and beat up anymore. I got kids to face. I can't go home with black eyes, smashed face. I'm staying here the whole time. I'm gonna come home clean with a smile and tell my kids, let's go eat dinner.
And I see you have your brother there with you. Are you bringing anyone else? I believe you have Reagan there with you, right?
Yes, Reagan came up here with me for mental support.
Yeah.
And Cabbage, Wesley Correa is up here with me for mental support. Yeah, old friends.
Yeah.
And we're just up here, and we're just doing our thing, man. We're up here. I got my meditating coach with me, Sean Sirks, almost just like Sean Shirk. But yeah, I got my meditation. All I did was bring a meditation coach with me, and Jackson is going to handle the rest. And I have 100% complete faith, because I fought against Jackson, and I know every single time I went against him, man, that guy was ready. So I know. I'm ready. I'm going to be ready.
Just a couple more minutes with you, and I know your time is precious. And again, thank you so much, BJ, for this.
Hey, for you, the Howard Cosell of MMA, come on, man. Come on. I'll take my time for you.
Thank you. I feel like a real turning point for you as far as this new venture, this decision to come back was the Hall of Fame in July. I got the feeling you weren't totally comfortable with everyone closing the book on your career, and that made you realize, you know what, I still got more fight left in me. Is that accurate?
You know what? That you know what? There's a lot of accuracy there, Ariel. If you've seen that, it was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but make no mistake. You know, the stakes are higher than ever with everything, how big the sport is, and everything's there. You know what? But I'm coming back for honor. I'm coming back to do this, give everything I got. And when I look back, you know, everybody's going to say, you know what? Fucking BJ fucking did it. BJ fucking stepped up. He didn't talk the talk and not walk the walk. He stepped up. And he gave it his best effort. A lot of people might say, you should have did this 10 years ago. Hey, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place. And I believe I've only been fighting one fight a year for the last 3 years, and I think I saved a lot of myself there. I think I saved myself. How old is the UFC champions? You know, Verdum's my age. You know, I think this is going to be good, Ariel. I think this is going to be good. And you know what? I know that inside you're going to be rooting for me to win every single fight, even if you got to pick against me, because, you know, my heart is there and fighting is my whole life. I would never say something about anybody and not back it up. That's just me. Like I said, I have a wonderful life at home. I can go to the taro fields. We can make poi all day. But fighting is my life.
And so now that you're 37, do you have any idea how many more years you want to fight for? Or is it unlimited? How many more fights? Have you thought about this?
I, I would probably say I got 2 years left, Ariel.
Okay.
2 years left. 37 and 38. That's what I would say. Who knows what happens? I'm a natural athlete. I've been a natural athlete my whole life. Maybe I did decline. Maybe I did decline naturally. Maybe I just never gave myself the best opportunity that I should have to go out and beat these guys. And the game changed so quick on me, Ariel. I'll sit here as a man right now, and I'll admit that. The game changed so quick. These guys became so hungry, and all these different things added up, and all these things, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, the reason why I'm not the champ today is because of this and because of that and because no, the game changed, and all these guys got way more hungry than I mean, they're literally hungry. They go to the grocery store and they say, I can't buy that, but I can buy this, and they want to buy that. They don't want to buy this. They want to buy that, and these guys are literally hungry, and I realize what I'm up against. These guys, I'll go out right now and give all my respect. These guys are animals. These guys are the best athletes in the world, and I want to go and take my place among them.
And so finally, if he does not accept, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get him while you're on, maybe later on the show he'll call in. But if Nik does not accept,
Of course, Nik is going to call in as soon as I get off. He's so scared. He's so scared because if he comes on now, he'll get put into a position where he's going to have to take the fight. And I mean, Ariel, I know if you told somebody anytime, anywhere, you would look at me, I know you would do it. So you should ask Nik, why wouldn't you, Nik? Why wouldn't you? BJ's whole deal. You know who this man is. You know how he lives. You know how he reacts to everything. So if you tell him you want to fight him, you know he's going to want to fight you. Why back down and get that answer from him? But he better. He's got a couple more minutes before you kick me off this show, and then it's going to be Nik who? Nik who? So.
And if that's the case, can you confidently say to everyone who's listening that you will be fighting in 2016 in the UFC? They're on board. You're on board. This is happening.
Nope, 100%. I will be fighting in 2016 in the UFC.
Wow, this is something. I think we should leave it at that. BJ, thank you so much. This has been fantastic.
Ariel, I always told you would get to the top of the MMA media, and you have. You have reached the BJ Penn status of MMA media. Just kidding, Ariel.
Oh, I'll take that. That to me, I said last week on this show, I've only been starstruck once, interviewing all these people, and it was when I interviewed you for the first time. You have been so very kind to me. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I hope you get what you want, BJ. I really appreciate you coming on. I wish you the best in Albuquerque. I also said last week, if there's one man who can do this, if there's one man I trust, it's Greg Jackson, and I think you made the right call. So all the best to you, my friend. I wish you great success, and I hope to talk to you right before your return to the UFC. Hopefully, it'll be against Nik Lentz, because that's what you want.
Hey, you just telling me that Greg Jackson is the one man who I know can get this job done. You just gave me chicken skin all over my whole body, man. We got this, Ariel.
Easy, brother.
We got this, sir.
All right.
Take care, cuz.
Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Mahalo to BJ Penn. Check him out, bjpenn.com. Holy moly, that was intense and incredible at the same time.